Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's market summary for all things money. This is the week ending May 9th of 2025. This week, the S&P 500 posted a weekly decline as healthcare and communication services, they dropped. The S&P fell 0.5% this week as declines led by healthcare and the communication services outweighed the gains that were done by the industrials. The S&P 500 ended the week at 5,659.91. It was ending up 1.6% in May and down 3.8% for this year. Still are concerns about the Trump administration's policy tariffs on the market. And we saw this week on Thursday as Jerome Powell decided to keep the interest rate steady as he believes tariffs that have been announced and basically are currently sustained, they're likely to generate inflation, slow down economic growth, and increase in unemployment. So we have that little bit to worry about in the markets. Potentially a deal in the works with the Chinese over the weekend, dropping the tariff rate from 145% down to 80%. We'll see how that plays out. But let's take a look at the markets now and go to the S&P. Right now, the market algorithm here is predicting more downside risk. If we get a good positive outcome with Chinese over the weekend, that may change. This wave 4 may relabel here, so just kind of keep that on the radar here. It looks like this is the acceleration on the upward movement here is kind of being sustained and it's kind of leveling off. So we are above the 200-day moving average, but we'll see how this will hold. We've been there for a couple days now, but I think the market is overall waiting what happens with China. Overall, all the market patterns are essentially identical. We go on to the Dow Jones, the DIA here, we have a very similar pattern. Still waiting, it's kind of hovering in no man's land here, just slightly below the 200-day moving average. But we also have that potential movement to the downside that's expected by the algorithm here. So it's all kind of depending on what's going to happen this weekend as to where this market goes from here. So if we go on to, let's go to the QQQ here. QQQ is also kind of looking pretty much identical. And so what we do see here is also a breakout here above the 200-day moving average, and it is holding. It's kind of, we've had a doji here. It's kind of an indecision candle. And so we're just kind of waiting to see which way this market is going to go. With the IWM is showing also a very similar wave pattern. We did break out of this triangle that it's showing here, and we're still below the 200-day moving average, indicating more downward momentum here. This is kind of this acceleration in the oscillator down here is kind of rolling over a little bit, getting a little bit weaker. So like I said, the news this weekend is going to kind of dictate where this market goes. We have, let's take a look at the VIX here. The VIX has actually dropped substantially from what we had this spike in April here. We're now down around, the 20 area, and it's still, like I said, because of the uncertainty in the markets, it's still expecting a potential fall, and as fear goes up, so does the VIX. So just keep that in the back of your mind. It all is going to hinge on this weekend. But if we go to the TLT, take a look at the bond market. Bond market's indicating still a sideways pattern. We're below the 200-day moving average. We did come up here and kind of test the 10-day moving average, and we're just kind of hovering. It was interesting to see that this did pretty much bounce off almost the 200-day moving average and move back down. This is inverse of rates, so when this moves down, the rates it's indicating are moving up. It's kind of stabilized here to the sideways movement. It doesn't really know which way it wants to go because Powell has stated that the rates are going to be steady at the moment. We go on to gold and take a look at gold here. We can see rocket called gold is back up, holding at this 10-day moving average here, potentially going to be going higher. This would be a good time probably to take on another position because we have backed off a little bit, and this would be a good entry point. Just use proper risk management and you should be just fine. If we go on to the silver market's kind of indicating more of a sideways pattern. We have seen this kind of a triangle pattern here, and the market here is kind of indicating that that it could be involved in potentially an up or down move here. It's always measured by the magnitude of this kind of the opening on the back side of the triangle here. So we're going to get probably a measured move of this size up, or we're going to be down. I would think it be more likely that it goes up than down, but we will see in the coming weeks here where that decides to move. We go on to natural gas. Natural gas is also showing a pattern that we did kind of bounce off the 78.6 fib level here, and we went up. We're now having a potential crossover of the 1030 lines here, and then a potential bull move up for the seasonality coming up, when the market starts getting where the weather starts getting a little colder. We see this natural gas going up. That's kind of a typical move this kind of year, or this type of year. But if we go on to oil, or the USO, we can kind of see that this is more of a sideways market as well. It's kind of fallen into a sideways range at a lower level here, and we're going to be potentially going up to this. If we can break out of this top range here, we'll probably go back and forth between this higher range, but at this 86 level is probably a good resistance level, and a support level will be around the 61 or 62 range. But anywhere between these two ranges here, I see the market going back and forth. So as always, if there's any specific stocks that you want us to take a look at the end of these weekly market summaries, please leave them in the comments section below. Otherwise, have a good rest of the trading week, and we will all see you back here next Friday, and we'll have hopefully a different discussion of which way the market is going to be heading. But have a good trading week, and use proper risk reward, and you should have just a wonderful week ahead. So looking forward to seeing everybody next Friday. Take care.
As always, do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel, All Things Money, to see more content like this.